Hi, I'm David Gant, your Buncombe County Commission Chair. Last night, September 1st, we had a Buncombe County Commissioner meeting, and we had several items that I wanted to talk about and maybe explain what we did and how we did it. First of all, we appointed the new county attorney. Mike Frew, who was an assistant with us, was unanimously appointed to be our county attorney. Mike's a Buncombe County native. He was assistant county attorney before, and he's someone that we have confidence can give us the legal advice and counsel we need. Mike is married with a 7-year-old son, and I think he's just the kind of person we need to give us the legal opinions and legal leadership. And a full-time assistant county attorney. And we think having 2 full-time attorneys for a county our size is consistent with the rest of the state, and is something we need as matters become more and more legal, and opinions and advice on legal matters is just more and more crucial to us to make sure we run a government. And we feel that the legal opinions and legal leadership that we'll get from 2 full-time attorneys is necessary for a county our size. It's very consistent with other legal offices across the state in different counties, and to do a good job of spending your money and staying out of lawsuits and getting involved in matters, or not getting involved in matters we don't need to. We feel this is a good way to we took up at our September 1st, 2009 meeting was the letting of a contract for an architect to design a life safety tower on our courthouse. Our courthouse was built in 1920. Commissioner Stanley, Peterson, Bailey, and Jones and I have unanimously decided that this 1928 building is worth keeping, and we want to keep the court functions in the courthouse. And so what we have to do to continue to run the courthouse based on its age and all the primitive wiring and all the primitive access and safety measures is we're going to have to build what we're going to call a safety tower on the outside of it. It'll be on the back of the courthouse. What it will do will enable us, first of all, to continue doing business above. Building codes require that we have elevators, access in case there's a fire. We should have bathrooms on every floor because of the public access and the public traffic through there. And right now we don't have either. The life safety towers will do 2 things. They'll first of all enable us to have another safety area to get out, elevators, in case there is a fire. And secondly, we'll be able to redesign the entrance to the where the safety tower connects to the building by having bathrooms and a nice entranceway to each floor. Naturally, in 1928, these matters weren't as big a deal as they are now. But we have been fortunate. The building inspectors have let us slide for decades, literally, with some of these problems. So the commissioners have committed to, we're going to do this in phases. We don't have the money to do it all now, but we're going to start designing. And I guess the key point I want to talk about is we're committed to keep the courts in the courthouse. We're not going to build a separate courthouse. This safety tower and elevator system will enable us to, it'll open up 5 floors where we used to have the old county jail. And that'll be a huge amount of space that'll be available to renovate in offices. And all this isn't going to be done during the time that I'm your chairman or the current board's there. This is going to take probably years and years and years, maybe a decade, to get all these things done. But you have to make a decision which road you're going to go down. And last night we made the commitment to use the courthouse as long as we can and to renovate it and keep it going. As you might recall, we'd already put $2 million worth of energy efficient windows in the courthouse that are beautiful. If you haven't been there, you need to go see them. They're green, and they have green sashes and outlines around them. So we're going to keep the courthouse. We think it's a historical treasure, and last night we voted to continue on down that road. We also heard from our planning department. We have some flood maps that we're going to send to the planning board to see what we can do about creating laws and floodplains that take into account that the possibility of the flooding that we've had in the past couple of years. It'll also enable us to, all of our residents, to get flood insurance by doing this mapping and considering this in our land use plans. Again, we're not planning on taking anybody's property, but we think people ought to know where are the flood prone areas and where is it likely historically to have problems with flooding, because we think everybody has a right to know that. As expensive as land is in Buncombe County, we feel everybody has a right to know what the potential for flooding is, just like we talked earlier about landslides on the steeper mountain slopes. You have a right to have that information, and we're going to make sure you have it. We're also going to give you the information to the insurance companies so that, first of all, you can get flood insurance, and secondly, that all the cards are on the table when you decide to get insurance if you choose to build on the mountaintops and steep slopes. Those were the main part of our meeting yesterday, and please call me or email me if you have any questions or any comments. Thank you.